Hi everyone, I'm Byron. I'm reviewing another episode of Family Ties. This one is called The Harder They Fall. There's a great episode of The Simpsons called The Homer They Fall, which is about Homer being a boxer. But we're not doing The Simpsons today. Oh, although I just watched the Treehouse of Horror episode of The Simpsons, the 30th, and it had a great scene, and I paused it and I looked at it forever. One was all the 30 Treehouses of Horrors it showed them, and then it looked over all 666 episodes of The Simpsons were sort of playing. It was pretty cool. Anyway, back to Family Ties. The harder they fall. It starts out on parent-teacher night. Alex is excited. Mallory is nervous. And Alex needs a recommendation from one of his teachers. And Elise goes to see Alex's classes. And Steve goes to see Mallory's classes. And so Elise is in there with the teacher he needs. And the teacher is a jerk, and it's gratuitous. He makes comments about people's weight, just randomly. I've mentioned people's weight, but only when it's come up in conversation, and only to people I actually know. But then Elise gets very upset that he's being so mean, and she finally punches him. He's a jerk. I had that in quotes. I guess Elise said, "Oh, I remember." She goes back home, has to tell Alex, "Look, I didn't get the letter because I punched him." He goes, "Why did you punch him?" And Elise goes, "Well, he's a jerk." And Alex goes, "Well, I could have told you that." So that's a great little moment. And then Steve goes to talk to him man to man. He says, "Look, I'm sorry." She got a little emotional. But then the teacher starts talking about how, "Oh, it must be fun with a wild woman." And eventually Steve punches him. And he whispers something into Steve's ear, so the audience doesn't know what exactly got him so angry. I can't think of what will get you so angry, really, just except for the continued talking. And it would take more than one session. So for me, yes. For me, the continued talk about stuff that would make me angry, but it would take more than one session of it to get me to punch you, I think. They talk a bit about nonviolence, and they invite the teacher to dinner. And he's still a jerk. He never stops being a jerk. And he doesn't want to eat chicken because he had chicken for lunch. Which what planet is this guy living on? That he thinks he can go to someone's house for a dinner and they offer him something. He said, "No, I don't want that. Give me something else." Seriously. It's just weird. And then he starts talking to Alex, and he started to make Alex angry. He gives Alex a letter of recommendation. He's like, "I don't care what your parents did. Here's a letter of recommendation." And I'm thinking, is Alex going to punch him? Is Alex going to punch him? But he doesn't. Alex does not punch him. He just tears up the recommendation letter. And for some reason, I have on my notes, Mr. T is kind of short. Michael J. Fox is kind of short. Maybe that's what made me think of it. So Alex didn't punch him. This sitcom often goes away from what you think might happen, and it just doesn't do it sometimes. Like Alex punching the teacher is the sort of obvious sitcom move that my mother always says she could be a sitcom writer because she always predicts these things. She would probably have predicted he's going to punch him, but Alex didn't punch him. And but then at the end, the family's all together, and Jen says, "You should have punched him," which is sort of a nod to, yes, we knew that was the obvious thing to do, but we didn't do it. And it was great. It was the choice to make, is to have Alex not punch him. Oh, and it also had the what I talked about before, the second act just being an escalated version of the first act. So at the end of the first act, they're made. Steve's going to talk. They've made up. The fact that Elise punched him didn't matter. But then at the very end of the first act, Steve punches him. So now we have a second act where both parents have punched him. So, so again, the first act, the conflict was resolved just barely, and then the conflict was resolved at the end of the first act, and then it's escalated right away after the resolution. So it's a good structure. I would like to go see if other sitcoms do that. I don't think so, but it's a great structure. All right, bye.